my heart goes out to children who are, victims of just bad things, because there's not a lot that they can do about their circumstances. But once you become an adult, once I turned 18 years old and became a legal adult in the United States, I lost my right to blame those around me. I forfeited it. It was gone. It was over. And so, at 10 and 12 and 14, I could blame my circumstances. I could blame the fact that I was a kid. I could blame the fact that I didn't have a lot of authority in my life. I didn't have any money. But at 18, you need to let that nonsense go. You can't be blaming anyone anymore.
I'm thinking maybe, we don't usually get a lot of teenagers listening to this podcast. It's usually more young adults, as in already the 20s or even the 30s. What could, from your experience, of course, what could a teenager that might be listening to this do in their, currently constrained life to have some more agency over what they do?
I would push back with maybe a different question, because maybe you don't have many teenagers listening to this, but every adult that is listening to this can probably think back to a time to when they were a teenager and they were surrounded by bad circumstances, and or they were surrounded by bad people, or they were surrounded by violence or crime or drug addiction or abuse or divorce, or infidelity. So probably every listener on this program can think back to a time when they were a teenager and they didn't have a lot of money or control or authority or independence. And I would challenge you, that you're an adult now. Let it go.
To give away that card of blame, I can blame others, to start turning it into, what can I do about this problem I have?
Yeah, I have a rule for my life, and it's a bit extreme, but I live in the extremes.
Go for it.
I don't live well in the middle. I live in the extremes. But I absolutely refuse to blame anyone for anything. And I also refuse to accept the fact that somebody owes me something. Nobody owes me anything. And wherever I'm at in my life is because of the decisions that I have made, because of the things I have chose to accept, because of the work I chose not to do, because of the forgiveness I failed to forgive or failed to give. So I always take a look at, whatever's going on in my life is on me. It's not on anybody else. And because of that mindset, I just will not blame anyone for anything. Even if somebody clearly was in the wrong,